Hello everyone, welcome to my class. I am Dr. Ganesh Kumar from India. Today we are going to see the operators in Python language programming. So the last two classes we have discussed arithmetic operators. Those arithmetic operators are addition, multiplication, subtraction, division, modulo division, floor division and exponent operators. I hope you understand that concept clearly. So today we are going to discuss the relational operators, and also one special character is this chaining of relational operators, which is especially available in Python language programming. So that also we are going to discuss with one example program. So now let us see what is in relational operators. The relational operators, the first one is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These are all the four important relational operators which is basically available for any programming language programming. So this can be applicable, that relational operators we can able to apply with both in integers as well as strings. So now in this class we are going to see that how we can apply this all the relational operators for a string values to compare, and then we are going to see that how the same relational operators we can able to apply for strings with some example programming. Please keep this mind, this symbols, because inside the program we are going to use this symbol. Let us see the program. The first program, the a value I am going to assign 10 and b is assigned as a 20. So a value is 10, b value is 20. So now I want to see what is the relation between this a and b. So what are all the four relational operators? We know that less than, greater than, less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. So now I want to check the first condition. What is the first condition? I want to check print open bracket inside the double quote a is greater than b. I want to check whether a is greater than b or not. So a greater than b symbol I am going to close. What is the result will come? Because a is less than b, real values a is less than b, then automatically the result is going to be a false. So automatically the compiler will give the result as a false. Next condition we are going to a is less than b. The print a is less than b is a less than symbol b. So what the result which is going to show? Definitely which is going to show the result is true. Actually how it is going to print on your screen? A less than b is, it will show the true value. So this is how we can able to compare the a is greater than b, a is less than b. Two condition we have checked. Now we are going to check the next condition is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. We need to check either less than or equal to the value. Sometimes a is equal to b also will be considered for my situation. Sometimes a is greater than or equal to also sometimes we need to consider my situation. Based on that the program has to execute. So those scenarios we have to check for a is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to I have to check. The same condition, same identifier we are taking, print open bracket inside the double quote a is greater than or equal to b is, we know that a is 10, b is 20, definitely the statement is the compiler which is going to give a false answer. And print a is less than or equal to, now we are going to check, which is going to check the two conditions, whether that value is less than that value, and the second condition is whether it is equal or not. Any one condition matches, then automatically the decision will take either a true or false. So here print open bracket inside the double quote less than or equal to b is, automatically it is less, the first condition itself satisfied, so the result is going to be true. This is how we can use the relational operators. So next is how we can able to apply this, the same concept for, first one is integer we have applied, how this can be applied for a string operations, for a string values. So for a string alphabetical, the Python will consider the ASCII code values. because the ASCII code value for every alphabetical, for A, which is capital A, which has been assigned some value, that is 65, then the small a, which has been assigned some value, that is 97. Capital A is 65, capital B is 66, and so on it will goes. Similarly, the small a, lowercase a is 97, 98 is going to be lowercase b. So, the first example program we are going to see, print open bracket, I want to check whether the capital A is less than small lowercase a or not. So, how the background which is going to consider? It consider 65, because the capital A value is 65. So, 65 is less than 97 or not. So, definitely it is less than, capital A is less than lower a. So, the answer is going to be true. This is how the string value is going to be compared. For example, next one is we are going to check print whether R value is greater than D. Definitely the R value is greater than D, because after D only the R value comes. So, automatically the value is going to be higher. So, the condition is going to be true. And the second program we are going to see, I want to check the true condition, based on that it has to print. This is how the earlier program, how we can able to apply the string values for my Python language programming for a relational operators. Now, I want to check the alphabetical with a condition. I am going to check, based on the conditions the loop is going to print, because the earlier program whatever we have discussed, whether it is going to check, if it is checked, either which is going to give true or false. So, I do not want to print true or false, I want to print some statements, whether A is greater than B or not, or else automatically A is less than B. This is how I need to print in my program. So, how I can able to use it? I need to use this if and else statements I want to use. Identifier A is 10 and B is an 20. Now, I am going to check if A is greater than B, then automatically it has to print A is greater than B. This is how your screen will show the result. Else, if this condition fails, then automatically A is less than B, which is going to print on your screen. This is how you can use this integer values with the help of if and else statements. You can check the both the conditions and you can print the values also. Next important concept is chaining of relational operators. So, the earlier case we used to consider only two values. I can able to compare any two integer values or any two string values. So, based on that two values which is going to give the results on my screen. But in my situation, I want to check 3 or 4 conditions, not only two values, I want to check sequence of values I need to check. So, comparing more than two values at a time, that is a chaining of relational operators. This example will shows that how we can able to compare the 4 values, based on that which is going to give a result. If you see this, what I am going to give, 10 is less than 20, 20 is less than 30, 30 is less than 40. Of course, this condition is true, then automatically which is going to print true value. Now, I am going to change only this value, 30 is greater than 40 I am going to place. Now, you see automatically the answer is going to be false. This is not only applicable for an integer, this can be applicable for a string values also. So, this by seeing is very easy, but when you are applying for a real time programming concepts, that time even these values also can be assigned some identifiers. So, based on the execution of the sub program, the values will be taken, that values can be compared based on the decision which can execute the further programming also. This is how we can use our chaining of relational operators in our Python language programming. I hope you understand this relational operators and chaining of relational operators used in a Python language programming. Thank you for watching my class.